Have you ever looked at your life and thought, I have failed? Maybe your career isn't where you wanted it to be. Maybe your relationships didn't turn out the way you imagined. Maybe you had dreams when you were younger, but years passed and somehow you feel like you are still standing in the same place. And the hardest part isn't always the situation itself. Sometimes it's the story your mind creates about the situation and start thinking there is something wrong with me. This is where the psychology of feeling like a failure begins. Failure becomes an identity. One of the biggest psychological traps is confusing failure with identity. You may fail an exam, you may lose a job, a relationship may end, a business may fail. But your brain can turn an event into a statement about your entire personality. Instead of I failed at this, you start thinking I am a failure. The small change in language can have a huge psychological impact. Because when failure becomes part of your identity, you stop seeing it as something temporary. You start seeing it as who you are, and when you believe that you are a failure, you may unconsciously stop taking opportunities that could prove otherwise. You don't apply for the job because you think you will be rejected. You don't start the business because you think you will fail again. You don't approach people because you assume they won't accept you. Eventually, the belief creates the behavior, and the behavior seems to prove the belief. Social comparison makes everything worse. Another reason people feel like failure is social comparison. Humans naturally compare themselves with others, but today we are constantly exposed to other people's achievements. Someone is getting married, someone is buying a house, someone is getting promoted, someone is traveling the world, someone is starting a successful business, someone is becoming financially independent, and you are sitting there thinking what I am doing with my life. You are comparing your behind the scenes with someone else's highlighted reels. You see their achievements, you don't see their anxiety, you don't see their failures, you don't see their financial struggles, you don't see the opportunities they received, you don't see how many times they started over. So your brain creates an unfair comparison, the best moments versus your worst moments, and naturally you feel behind. The pressure of the perfect timeline. Another major reason people feel like failures is the belief that life has a fixed timeline. You may think by 25 I should have successful career. By 28 I should be married. By 30 I should own a house. By 35 I should be financially successful. But who creates these deadlines? Sometimes society gives us invisible timelines and we start treating them like rules. So when life doesn't follow that schedule, we don't simply think my journey is different, we think I am late and eventually I have failed. But life isn't an exam where everyone gets the same question paper and the same deadline. People start careers at different ages. People find love at different ages. People change careers. People start businesses after years of working. People discover themselves much later in life. Being late according to someone else's timeline doesn't mean you are falling, doesn't mean you are failing. It means you are living a different timeline. Repeated failure can create learned helplessness. There is another important psychological concept called learned helplessness. Imagine someone tries again and again to improve their life. They apply for jobs but keep getting rejected. They try relationships but keep getting hurt. They start something new but it doesn't work. After enough disappointments, something can change psychologically. They may stop believing that their actions can change the outcome, and eventually they stop trying. Not because they don't have dreams, but because they have learned to expect disappointment. They may say, what's the point? Nothing ever works for me. I have tried everything. This is dangerous because the person may begin to mistake exhaustion for inability. They are not necessarily incapable. They may simply be emotionally exhausted from repeated disappointment. Regret keeps the mind trapped in the past. People who feel like failures often spend a lot of time thinking about the past. What if I had chosen a different career? What if I hadn't married that person? What if I had taken the opportunity? What if I had started earlier? What if I hadn't made that mistake? This is called counterfactual thinking, imagining alternative versions of reality. A little of it can help us learn from mistake, but excessive counterfactual thinking becomes rumination. You keep creating a version of your life that could have been, while becoming less focused on the life that still can be. And that's the tragedy. You cannot change the decision you made 5 years ago, but you can still make a different decision today. Your brain remembers failures more strongly. There is also something called the negativity bias. Our brain tend to pay more attention to negative experiences than positive ones. Think about it. Someone can compliment you 10 times, but one person criticizes you, and you keep thinking about that criticism all night. The same thing can happen with your life. You may have achieved many things, you may have survived difficult situations, you may have learned new skills, you may have helped people, you may have grown emotionally, but your brain focuses on the few things that didn't work. And suddenly your entire life feels like a failure because you are looking at it through a negative filter. Sometimes the problem isn't that your life contains no success. The problem is that your mind has stopped counting it. Failure can destroy self-efficacy. Psychologist Albert Bandura introduced the concept of self-efficacy. You believe that you are capable of handling situations and producing desired outcomes. When someone experiences repeated failure, their self-efficacy can decrease. They stop trusting themselves, and this can affect everything. They hesitate to make decisions. They constantly ask other people what they should do. They avoid risk. They underestimate their abilities, and even when an opportunity appears, they may think, someone else could do this, but not me. That's why rebuilding confidence isn't always about telling yourself, I am amazing. Sometimes it's about giving yourself small experiences of competence. One small goal, one completed task, one difficult conversation, one application, one new skill, one promise to yourself that you actually keep. These small experiences can slowly rebuild the belief. Maybe I can handle things. Sometimes you have grieving the life you imagined. This is something we don't talk about enough. Sometimes you don't feel like a failure because your life is objectively terrible. You feel like a failure because your life doesn't look like the life you imagined. Maybe you imagined a certain career, a certain relationship, a certain lifestyle, a certain version of yourself, and when reality looks different, you are not only grieving what happened, you are grieving what you thought would happen. And that grief is real, but eventually healing requires accepting one difficult truth. Your original plan for your life may not be the only life worth living. Sometimes life doesn't give you the story you planned. It gives you the opportunity to write a different one. So how do you stop feeling like a failure? First, separate your situations from your identity. Instead of saying, I am failure, try, I am struggling with something right now. Those two statements feel very different. One attacks your identity, the other describes your current situation. Second, stop using other people's timelines to measure your life. Your life isn't late, it's yours. Third, look at evidence, not just emotions. When your mind says, I have achieved something, ask yourself, what have I survived? What have I learned? What have I improved? What challenges have I handled? You may discover that your life contains much more progress than you noticed. And finally, start small. When you have lost faith in yourself, you don't need to transform your life overnight. You need one small action that reminds you, I still have some control over my life. Because sometimes confidence doesn't come before action, sometimes career creates confidence. If you are watching this and feeling like you have failed in life, I want you to remember something. You are not your worst decision. You are not your failed relationship. You are not your rejected application. You are not your financial situation. You are not the years you think you wanted, and you are definitely not the timeline you failed to follow. You are a person who is still becoming. Maybe your life didn't go according to plan. Maybe you took the wrong turn. Maybe you lost years. Maybe you made mistakes. But as long as you are here, your story isn't finished. A chapter can be painful without the entire book being a failure. So don't ask yourself, why haven't I become the person I wanted to be? Try asking, what can I do today to move one step closer to the person I want to become? Because sometimes the life you call a failure is simply a life that hasn't reached its next chapter yet, and your next chapter can still be different.